Launch code. Access granted. A millionaire.
Hello, welcome to GED exam preparation class. I am your host and instructor, Ruben Herrera. And on this lesson, my friends, we're going to have an introduction to geometry. I also like to go over some of the terms and lingo and words that we're going to be using once we start doing operations with geometry. Okay, so I like to have first a very high level introduction of geometry. Let me start first by explaining the origins of geometry. Geometry origins go back to approximately 3,000 years BC on Egypt. Egyptians used early stages of geometry in several ways, including the survey of land, construction of pyramids, and astronomy. So, yes, in a way, we owe geometry to the Egyptians. Thank you very much, Egypt. Um, so let us now learn some of the terms and some of the words that we're going to be using in geometry. So get us familiar with. First of all, in geometry, my friends, we have what we call a point. And this is what a point looks like. A point in geometry is just a location. It has no size, no width, no length, and no depth. It's just a point in the middle of somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Very good. So that's what a point looks like, okay? So we also have in geometry, we also have what we call a line. And a line, my friends, is actually, well, you know what a line looks like, but what a lot of people don't know is that in geometry, actually, lines are infinite. For example, this line right here keeps going into this direction like that, and it never ends. It goes to the infinity. And then this side right here of that line keeps going down this way, and it keeps going down indefinitely too. So yeah, so lines in geometry are infinite. Now, when you want a line that is going to start at a certain point and it's going to end at a certain point, in geometry we have what we call a segment. A segment is a line that actually has a starting point and an ending point. So it's a limited line in a way. Then also in geometry, my friends, we have what we call an angle. An angle in geometry, my friends, this is what it looks like. And an angle right here, this is right here is the aperture or is the opening right here of these two lines right here in between. As you can tell right here, I have a 90 degrees angle. Okay, very nice. On geometry, my friends, also we have what we call plane figures. Some people out there on the street call them flat shapes, and I guess that is correct too. But plane figures in geometry, my friends, we also there are also what we call two-dimensional figures. Okay, so for example, right here, I have the square, and this is what the square looks like. Okay, very nice. Everybody knows what a square looks like. And then we also have the rectangle. And the rectangle looks something like this. Yes, it's just like a square, but it's a stretch to on one side or on two sides, I guess. And then we also have the triangle. You guys know what the triangle looks like. Very nice. There are different also shapes of triangle, which you're not going to be tested on your GED test, but it's just nice to know what those shapes of triangles are. We only have, well, we have three of those that you're going to be tested on your GED test. Um, but we can look into that later, okay? We also have right here the parallelogram. The parallelogram, in my opinion, is just like a rectangle, but it's tilted to one side. So it can be tilted to the right, it can be tilted to the left. It really doesn't matter, you know, as long as it's tilted to one side, and that's what the parallelogram looks like, okay? We also have the trapezoid. The trapezoid, in a way, is like a rectangle too. It's like a parallelogram, but most of the sides of the trapezoid are not the same distance. Okay, and in some cases, all of the sides of the trapezoids do not have the same distance or length. Okay, very nice. All these plane figures, my friends, or two-dimensional figures, are also called polygons. Polygons means poly means many, gons means sides. So polygons are plane figures or two-dimensional figures that have more than one side, okay, or more than one straight side. Out of all the plane figures or two-dimensional figures, there's only one figure that does not qualify as a polygon. And that is, my friends, you probably guessed right, that is the circle. The circle, if you think about it, there's only one side that we have to or that we can measure, and it goes around, 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 so we don't really have two sides to measure on the circle. That's why, although a circle is a plane figure, is a two-dimensional figure, is not considered a polygon. Okay. Also, in geometry, there are two basic types of operations that we can perform, and there is the perimeter and the area. Okay. On the perimeter, my friends, we measure all the surrounding sides of a plane figure. So we measure the distance of the surrounding of all the sides of all the surrounding sides of a plane figure. Where in the area we measure the surface, what's inside the plane figure. Okay? Very good, my friends. So thank you very much for watching this video lessons. I hope that you enjoy it. And I hope that I clear some of the questions that you have with geometry and some of the terms and lingo. And I hope that you guys have a great day.
Launch code. Access granted.